number 6 of the 14-day passive income challenge. Yes, we made it to day 6. Baruch Hashem, imagine. Today we're going to discuss 15-year mortgage versus 30-year mortgage. What is better and anything in between? Or having a house free and clear? Stay tuned and let's discuss it. Most people think that having a house free and clear, they call that the American dream. That's like, wow, I have a house free and clear. Is this really the best way to do it? Or is it better to have a mortgage? And if it's better to have a mortgage, or if you have a mortgage because you have to, you have no option, what kind of mortgage is best suited for you? 15 years or 30 years or anything in between? Or should you make extra payments or should you not make the extra payments? So let's discuss this. So again, we're going to discuss person A versus person B. And for this example, we're going to discuss having a house worth $100,000 and taking a mortgage of $100,000. I know that it's not realistic. I know that you cannot take 100% mortgage in most of the situations, but let's discuss that just for illustration purposes. Person A, year number 1 through 30, taking a mortgage of balance starting with $100,000. We're also going to assume that the payment is about $750 a month. And person A is doing a 15-year mortgage. So that means after 15 years, what is the mortgage balance for person A? Exactly 0, because he paid off the mortgage. But from the other side, he didn't save any money, so he's left without a penny to his name, but he paid off the mortgage. And let's also assume for this example that the mortgage interest rate that we're talking about is 3% interest rate. Okay? Now we're going to visit our friend person B. The same 30 years, the same $100,000 mortgage in the beginning. The only difference is that person B took a 30-year mortgage, not a 15-year mortgage, which that means a few things. Number one means that the payment that he's paying is only $500 a month instead of $750 a month. And also, after 15 years, there is still a balance in the mortgage. I don't know exactly how much, and it's not important for this conversation to know how much. All I'm going to assume that it is, let's say, $60,000. And only after 30 years, the mortgage balance is going to be 0. So far, who is in a better situation? Person A or person B? And of course, you tell me, of course, person A, because after 15 years, he's free and clear. Versus person B still has a $60,000 mortgage balance that he still needs to make payments on. And you might be right if that's the only thing that you're looking at. But there is many more things to look at. For example, person B pays $500 a month versus person A paid $750 a month. So if you want to compare apples to apples, you have to assume that person B is saving $250 a month. So we're going to add another column here for person B, which is going to be, let's call this savings. And that's going to be $250 a month. Question is, after 15 years, how much money is going to be in the savings account or wherever person B saved is $250 a month? And I give you some information. I can sit here and make calculations with you. There's no point of doing that. You can go back, take out all your financial calculators and make your own calculations. But all I can tell you is that if we're talking about a 3% interest payment that person A and person B are paying for the mortgage, and we're talking about a 3% that you can earn on your savings account, which I'm not going into where, it doesn't matter, just conceptually. So that means after 15 years, if the mortgage balance is $60,000, your savings account will also be $60,000 exactly on the button, which means that person B can go with one click or with one phone call and pay off the mortgage if he so desires, which also means if he doesn't earn 3% but he earns 5%, he's going to be left with more than $60,000. Which also means that if the interest that he's paying is not 3% but 2.5%, he's going to be left with even more. You get the point? Besides the tax benefits, there's a big arbitrage. And the same is true of every kind of mortgage in between that you take less than the maximum length of time, you're giving up something for it. So it's very important to consider when you discuss your leverage while planning your passive income foundation. You should understand the difference between having a large mortgage, a longer mortgage, or a shorter mortgage, and a smaller mortgage. Thanks for including me in your passive income journey, and I hope to see you tomorrow again.